Now at 9, an important reminder for Ottawa County residents looking for relief following storm damage earlier this year. Plus, cold case investigators search a northeast Oklahoma body of water for any signs of human remains. And Connect to Culture also announces its performance lineup for the 2024 and 2025 season.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Anthony Saviello. Investigators researched a northeast Oklahoma body of water for any signs of human remains. Cold case investigators from Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas again searched a strip pit in Craig County looking for human remains. Cadaver dogs on the front of boats alerted handlers to certain areas of the 33-acre body of water on private property.
So the dogs came out again today, and they alerted the very same locations that they alerted last time, which was a couple of weeks back, and that's what we're doing. We've got buoys that are out on those locations. We've got divers that are down in those locations. We have drones. We have specialized equipment, and we're hoping that we find the skeletal remains we're looking for.
Investigators are not detailing specific cold cases, but their sources have come forward recently saying this strip pit was used as a dumping ground in decades past. Authorities in southeast Kansas make an arrest in a homicide. They say this man, Ryan McCullough of Neodesha, was involved in an altercation with the victim, David Whitgen of Coffeyville. Whitgen passed a few days later after a thorough investigation conducted by the Coffeyville Police Department. A warrant was issued for McCullough's arrest. McCullough has been taken into custody, charged with murder in the second degree. We'll go to meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a first look at weather.
We're starting to cool down now, down to the 70s. It's mostly clear out there, but we do still have some clouds. We had a nice few showers, some heavier areas of rain earlier today, but they've mostly cleared out. Winds are calm. Temperatures out and dropping about 79, but across the region, 76 out in Stockton and Nevada. Still a little bit warmer out in the western counties, 83 in Independence, Sedan, 82 in Neodesha and Nowata. And then 79 in most other areas. So we're getting down there, dropping down to lower 70s for our low tonight. Winds, like I said, are pretty calm, about 11 miles per hour out in Nevada, calm in Joplin, 4 miles per hour in Miami. Not too bad out there, not a windy night. And like I said, we've had some showers earlier today, but for the most part, we're cleared out. Still a nice shower near Springfield, maybe heading into our area before dissipating. But outside of that, we've got more rain chances in the forecast, and we'll talk about it in just a bit.
Lindsay, thanks. A deadline to receive federal assistance for those impacted by storm damage in Oklahoma earlier this year is fast approaching. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, better known as FEMA, is accepting assistance applications until July 31st. KOAM Samantha Walker sat down with a FEMA representative to learn more about what help is available and who qualifies.
We're here to help survivors get onto the road to recovery, to make up for some of those losses that could otherwise put families into further distress.
After severe storms caused damage across Oklahoma counties in April and May, FEMA is looking to help those impacted. Residents, including people in Ottawa County, have until July 31st to apply for assistance. The agency is offering help in the form of rental assistance, basic home repairs, personal property loss, and other expenses related to storm damage.
We do have inspectors that will go out to the property to then take in all the information and data, go back, use the assessment to make a determination. But again, it's a case-by-case basis. So what you qualify for is not necessarily going to be the same as what your neighbor qualifies for.
Both FEMA representatives and the Ottawa County Emergency Manager say people impacted by the storms should apply for assistance even if they don't think they qualify.
There were several encounters with survivors who said, you know what, I haven't applied yet because I don't think I'm going to qualify. And lo and behold, just a few days later, they had money in their account. So even if you doubt that you could possibly qualify for assistance, register anyways.
Applications can be filled out online, by phone, or in person at a FEMA Disaster Recovery Center. According to the Ottawa County Emergency Manager, applicants must use insurance first, and FEMA will assist in filling the gaps. FEMA already distributed more than $8 million to Oklahoma residents impacted by these storms. A FEMA representative says the agency is excited to be able to help any residents they can in Ottawa County.
While we don't make survivors whole, every little bit counts. Every little bit helps. And what we have heard from survivors is, in some cases, they weren't expecting anything. And then when they receive money in their account to help make up for some of those losses, it truly makes a 100% difference in their life.
Reporting in Ottawa County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
You can learn more about assistance available and how to apply on our website, koamnewsnow.com. Festivities are underway at the Oklahoma Route 66 Heritage Festival in Miami. It's a two-day celebration that takes over the city's main street and part of Route 66. The festival features live music, food trucks, and a marketplace. There is also a Kidsville with bounce houses, magic shows, face painting, and more throughout the weekend. Attendees can also view the festival's car show or the Smokin' on the Route barbecue competition. Community members say the yearly Heritage Festival is a great way to bring people together.
This is one of the best parts of the job. You get to kind of see everyone, no matter their background or income, they get to come and enjoy and make memories. And so everyone gets to come together and see people they haven't seen since high school or they haven't seen in such a long time, and just enjoy the whole night, enjoy the whole weekend.
Heritage Festival activities will continue tomorrow, starting with a 10K run at 7 a.m. and booths open until 7 p.m. The Skill Resource Center in Parsons, Kansas celebrated the anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. The nonprofit hosted a fun-filled day for visitors and clients featuring food, games, prizes, and a lot of camaraderie. Skills say that although the celebration was to commemorate the anniversary, there is more work to do when it comes to advocating for people with disabilities.
And so then we just continue to work, one curb cut at a time, one job at a time. We're able to change the world. And now, when you go places, you see people with disabilities. They're part of our community. They are integrated, but there is still more work to do. People get lax.
Skill provides services and resources for persons with disabilities and their families, such as advocacy, transportation, and assistive technology. Connect to Culture today announced its performance lineup for the 2024-2025 season. The lineup is broken into 4 categories: the Curtains Up Series, Cornell Series, Ignite Series, and One-Offs. Officials say they are supporting more artists than ever before, with performances scheduled through May of next year.
We're always at Connect to Culture looking to expand what we bring to the community, looking for things that aren't yet being offered and bringing them so that people in Joplin and visitors to Joplin can enjoy them. We have had some patrons request magic and illusion.
You can find performance dates and artists on our website. That's koamnewsnow.com. Coming up, how the vaccine for shingles may help fend off dementia. There is some promising news in the fight against dementia. A new study says the latest shingles vaccination may also help delay the illness. Researchers found people who received that vaccine lived on average 164 additional days without dementia compared to those who got the previous shingles vaccines. That's according to a study published in the journal Nature Medicine. The CDC already recommends everyone 50 and older gets the shingles vaccine. It's 2 doses given a few months apart.
Prevents, but the degree to which it's delaying dementia is on the same order of these new, very expensive medications for Alzheimer's disease that you don't give until you start to develop symptoms. So this is something that if you can just altogether prevent and delay any symptoms much more cheaply, easily, that's a really big, promising change.
Include controlling blood pressure, maintaining a healthy weight, and if you're a smoker, quit smoking. Dementia among people under 65 is more common than previously thought. A study in Finland finds 20 in 100,000 people from age 30 to 64 have early onset dementia. That's nearly double the number of cases in earlier studies. The study's author say it's possible greater awareness of dementia is one reason for the higher numbers. Opening ceremonies for the Paris 2024 Olympics happened today. And as athletes from around the world try to go for the gold, there's another thing they'll have to compete against: high temperatures. Mandy Gaither has more on how Olympics handle extreme heat. It's info you can use as you exercise this summer.
Soaring temperatures, scorching sun. The 2024 Olympics is expected to be one of the hottest ever, and Team USA will feel the heat as they go for the gold.
With extreme heat, obviously the body, it's trying to cool itself down, so you end up sweating a lot. You lose a tremendous amount of fluid.
Sarah Wick works with athletes at Ohio State University's Jamison Crane Sports Medicine Institute. Olympian or not, she says any sport that exposes you to heat for long periods can cause the loss of several pounds in water weight, which can make a person vulnerable to heat-related illness. That's why staying hydrated is critical.
They sip on water all day. If it's something that they're training twice a day, they may use a sports drink.
Wick says sports drinks can help replenish electrolytes, but diet can also help. Foods like watermelon are comprised mostly of water and can aid hydration. Wick also recommends athletes eat saltier foods when excessively sweating.
Like your pretzels, pickles, those kind of things that have more sodium in them. And then we'll ask them actually use a salt shaker on their food so they can help to keep themselves hydrated.
To check hydration levels, Wick says to take a look at your urine. The color is a good indicator.
If your urine color is clear, transparent, it might be a light lemonade color, but that lets us know that you're hydrated.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Lindsay is next with a complete look at the forecast, and later, Pitt State announces its new softball coach.
Well, it's been a pretty warm day. We're starting to warm up. We're on that warming trend now. We'll go ahead and take a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. A little cloudy, but mostly it's going to be a clear night. We did have some rain showers already passing by earlier today, but we've cleared out. Some of those rain showers dropped a heavy amount of rain. They were isolated though, so most of us stayed dry. Had a few clouds over the area, but again, overall, not a bad night. It is getting more humid and temperatures are starting to increase. So future feels, this is going to be what it feels like to our skin. More of a heat indice type of temperature range, so about 91 in Joplin tomorrow. Actual temperature is going to be in the upper 80s. We're getting up to low 90s for that heat index for tomorrow, but Sunday is when we really start to warm back up. Moving into Sunday, temperatures in the lower 90s and the heat index in the upper 90s. 96 out in Joplin, 98 in Pittsburgh, 100 in Parsons, 101 in Chanute, Iola, Sedan. So we're getting up into those upper 90s and triple-digit heat index values in the next couple of days, and that's just going to continue to skyrocket as we move into the week. But for the weekend, we've got some pop-up showers on Saturday. Temperatures, like I said, getting up to the upper 80s. So we're in 87 out in Joplin. Going to be a warm and humid weekend, so those heat index values are much higher than the actual temperatures. Actual temperature on Sunday about 91. Most of the day is going to be pretty clear. We do have one storm moving through a little bit later in the afternoon on Sunday that we'll take a look at in just a moment. Planning your day for Saturday, so if you get up in the morning, happen to be, running errands early Saturday, you're going to have some fog. Most of us, visibility as low as about 2 miles, 2.5 miles. Some areas maybe even more lower visibility than that. Clears out pretty quickly though. Rain chances, we do have those scattered to pop-up thunderstorms Saturday afternoon. Few isolated showers, few pop-up thunderstorms. There's going to be more closer to afternoon, early afternoon, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., and then they clear out. So we'll go ahead and look at that right now. Got those showers, and again, very isolated, but just like today, some of those could be dropping some heavy amount of rainfall. They're going to be moving through, like I said, as early as 3 p.m., 4 p.m. They clear out again earlier in the afternoon. Then we're moving into Sunday night into early Monday morning. We've got some storms that could be moving through. This is going to be late into the evening. May not even notice it. And again, it's just moving through some of our southwestern counties, and then a few showers early Monday morning. Outside of that, we're really focused on the temperatures warming up. So we've got 86 on Saturday, 90, 91 on Sunday, 96 on Monday, 99 on Tuesday, and then getting up to 100 on Wednesday, 102 on Thursday. And these are actual temperatures. So we'll likely see a couple of heat advisories starting to pop up as we move into the week.
Sad face. Sad face.
I don't control the temperatures. I just control the storms.
Heard it here first. All right.
I'm kidding. Don't come at me. I'm just kidding. No, just, it's getting into August, so summertime heat.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Lindsay. Coming up, with last week's tech outage causing issues on flights all week long, we'll tell you the rights you need to know as a passenger. Boar's Head has recalled more than 200,000 pounds of ready-to-eat deli meats due to potential listeria contamination. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says the recall includes all of Boar's Head liverwurst products and a variety of hams, bologna, salamis, and bacon. Consumers are warned to look for the establishment number EST12612. 34 people in 13 states have gotten sick from the sliced meat. The potential outbreak has been linked to 33 hospitalizations and 2 deaths. Last week's CrowdStrike outage effectively brought air travel to a screeching halt, and air carriers like Delta are being impacted. If you find yourself stranded at an airport, it's important to know what questions to ask your airline. Jen Sullivan breaks down what passengers need to know about their rights.
For days, passengers across the country have been dealing with lines snaking through airports as airlines try and bounce back from Friday's CrowdStrike outage, which crippled air travel.
This is the worst experience I've ever had in my 35 years of business travel.
Delta is still struggling amid the IT meltdown. This is what baggage claim looks like at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport.
I've never seen such a chaotic scenario with bags everywhere.
Now the Department of Transportation is launching an investigation into Delta.
Why aren't there more people ready to help these customers navigate those disruptions, get them the hotel, the voucher, the rebooking, whatever they need?
So, if you find yourself in a mess like this, what do you need to know?
Most airlines have a policy, I think all except for a couple of the budget carriers have a policy where after 3 hours of delay, they will give you meal vouchers.
Travel expert Dave Grossman recommends these tips for passengers. Ask the airline if they'll rebook you on another airline. Ask for hotel vouchers. While you're standing in line for an agent, also be on the phone with the airline. The phone might be faster. And know your credit card perks.
You might have a credit card that has travel or trip delay coverage, and you might not even realize it.
The federal government recently passed a passenger bill of rights, which allows passengers to get a full refund if their domestic flight is delayed by more than 3 hours or 6 hours internationally. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Up next, fair season rolls on. We'll head to Neosho County, Kansas to check out the festivities going on. It's fair season in the 4 states, and Neosho County, Kansas is no exception. Fairgoers at the county fairgrounds in Erie today were treated to a swine show, rabbit show, and a market goat show. The fair continues tomorrow with more animal shows, insect races, a cornhole tournament, and live music. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. How Fort Scott residents can get a break while shopping for back-to-school supplies. Plus, we'll check out a new training center for the Fort Scott Fire Department. Those stories and more coming up.
You're watching the 4 states' most watched news.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Anthony Saviello. Fort Scott shoppers and businesses can soon take advantage of a tax holiday. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more on the event that promises big bucks and big savings.
Bring people into town to save and get some great deals.
Angela Simon is the owner of Bids and Dibs, a consignment store in Fort Scott, and she's looking forward to the Fort Scott sales tax holiday and preparing for the influx of shoppers.
We plan ahead by stocking all of the name brand items. We love things that are new with the tags.
She says the sales tax holiday is especially important with back to school shopping gearing up.
Back to school is an expensive time for all parents. By the time you do your tuition and books, all the enrollment fees, activity fees, we just want to give them a little reprieve from some of that expense. Taking the sales tax off things just helps a little bit.
The sales tax holiday starts on August 2nd through the 4th, and shoppers will save 9.4% at participating stores. She says it makes a big difference.
On the economy that we're in right now, even that little extra boost of eating the sales tax off something helps tremendously. So it's our privilege to be able to help families locally that way.
Lindsay Madison is the CEO of the Fort Scott Chamber of Commerce, and she says she looks forward to the tax holiday because it encourages the community to shop locally.
Keep people local as well as bring people into town to save and get some great deals for going back to school or furniture, home decor, and we even have a couple of restaurants that participate.
Madison says the idea of the Fort Scott tax holiday was started by local retailers, and they look forward to supporting their community during back-to-school shopping and encouraging the community to support small businesses. Reporting in Fort Scott, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
You can find more on how this and other areas sale tax holiday on our website. And of course, that's KOAMNewsNow.com. Construction gets underway on a training center for the Fort Scott Fire Department. Crews have leveled the land and poured concrete pillars to support the shipping containers, which will be used for the center. The crew says there is still more work to do, but the containers provide a great start. 4 state residents turned out today for the Boots, Badges, Bandages, and Bikes Blood Drive at Harley Hideout in Joplin. The event brought out the community for this bragging rights competition to see who could donate the most blood on behalf of area first responders. One of the donors today had her life saved because of a blood donation.
Well, everybody's been so nice, you know, and just everybody's been really nice. And then you get free stuff. You get t-shirts and, you know, snacks and all that. And you get to meet people.
In total, the event gathered 140 pints of donated blood. The winning department was the Joplin Police Department, who receives the event's trophy until next year's event. Former President Trump met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at Mar-a-Lago today. This was the first time Trump, the Republican presidential nominee, has met with Netanyahu since a rift formed between the two of them after the U.S. presidential election in 2020. Fox News correspondent Dana Marie McNichol is in West Palm Beach, Florida, with the latest.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu arrived in Florida Friday, meeting with former President Donald Trump one day after his meeting with President Biden and Vice President Harris.
We've always had a very good relationship.
The two said they discussed the possibility of a Gaza ceasefire deal. Trump went on to use the moment to take aim at Harris, the presumptive Democratic nominee. Thursday, the vice president also met with Netanyahu, saying afterward she urged him to get a deal done.
I remain committed to a path forward that can lead to a two-state solution. We cannot look away in the face of these tragedies. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent.
I think her remarks were disrespectful. They weren't very nice, pertaining to Israel.
The White House Friday pushed back against reports Netanyahu is upset over the vice president's remarks. A potential VP pick for Harris also defended the vice president's position.
I think she was spot on. She spoke about Israel's right to defend itself, the need for the hostages to be returned home.
Netanyahu's meeting with Trump marks the latest stop on the whirlwind trip to the U.S., who also addressed a joint meeting of Congress on Wednesday. When asked if a ceasefire deal was close, Netanyahu responded, "I hope so."
But I think time will tell. We're certainly eager to have one, and we're working on it.
Netanyahu's office told Israeli media earlier this week that Netanyahu will remain in the U.S. through the Sabbath. In West Palm Beach, I'm Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News.
Federal authorities yesterday arrested 2 leaders of Mexico's Sinaloa cartel. The 2 men face several charges, including for transporting fentanyl into the U.S., fueling a crisis that has killed hundreds of thousands of Americans. The DEA says this, quote, strikes at the heart of the cartel that is responsible for the majority of drugs, including fentanyl and methamphetamine, killing Americans from coast to coast. End quote. A bit later, learning on a small scale.
You are looking at Times Square. This place may look like a place for fun, but it's actually a place for learning. I'm Jeff Flock with the Fox Business Network in Legoland, New York. Back with the story in just a moment.
Well, it's been a lot warmer the last couple of days. We're starting on that warming trend. It's going to continue over the next week and a half. Taking a look outside, downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Looking pretty good out there tonight. A little cloudy here and there still. We also still have a couple of showers in the area. Today we only got up to about 89, 90 degrees in some areas, so we're not quite at that really hot temperatures yet, but we're right about average for this time of year. Average being about 91 and 70 for a low. We're getting closer to this average. We've been below average for the last week and a half, and we are starting to warm up. Now, we did have a couple of showers already passing by the area, still one hanging around, heading towards Lamar area, Newport. Outside of that, we're going to be mostly dry for the rest of the evening. Now, we do still have a couple of rain chances tomorrow night and even Sunday night, but we're mostly focused on the temperatures. So actual temperature is going to be in the upper 80s tomorrow, but the heat index, because we've got higher humidity values this weekend, heat index is going to be in the low 90s across the region. So getting up to about 91 in Joplin, 92 out in Baxter Springs, Miami, Welsh, 93 in Vanitas. So it's not incredibly high. We're not getting too outside of the realm of our actual temperatures until Sunday. We move into Sunday, temperatures are in the lower 90s, but the heat index is in the upper 90s and even reaching triple digits in some areas. So we're getting up to about 96 in Joplin, 98 in Pittsburgh, 99 in Girard, Fort Scott, 100 in Parsons, Yates Center, 101 in Iola, Chanute, and Sedan. So these are the heat index values. It's due to the humidity being higher and temperatures starting to rise up. So we're getting into that warmer August heat. A little bit muggy, hot. It's going to be most of the weekend. We've got Saturday pop-up showers in the afternoon, early afternoon, and then we've also got an isolated storm moving through on Sunday. Most of us are going to stay mostly dry for both of these days, but still you might get some rain. We also start off the morning with some fog. Most people aren't going to be up and about Saturday morning, 6 a.m., but if you do plan to start your day a little bit early, you might be met with some fog. Visibility getting as low as about 2 miles in some areas, so it could be dense fog. Pretty isolated though. Overall, it clears out pretty quickly. Got those rain showers moving in about 2 p.m., 3 p.m., starting to move out of our area after 5 p.m. So we drop off closer to 7 to 8 p.m. We're looking pretty clear for the rest of the night on Saturday. Then we move into Sunday, random storms. So we've got one isolated storm moving through. Then we're really looking at those temperatures warming up. So we got 96 on Monday, 99 on Tuesday, 100 on Wednesday, 102 on Thursday. So we're really getting into those triple digits. Those really warm August temperatures, muggy. It's going to be pretty gross this week.
But enjoy tomorrow, because it's going to be nice-ish.
The last nicer day on the forecast. Humidity value is still going to be high though, so heat index is still in the low 90s. So it still may feel a little bit warmer than mid to upper 80s, but it'll be nicer.
Yeah, nice. I'll take nicer for sure. Thanks, Lindsay. Coming up in sports, Pitt State announces the hiring of their new head softball coach. Plus, the Olympic Games begin in Paris with a unique opening ceremony. Brock Baldridge has that story and more up next.
Pitt State softball announced the departure of their old head coach, Jenny Fuller, on Wednesday as she was introduced as the new coach for Northwestern State. Now, earlier today, the Gorillas announced their replacement with the program's newest head coach. Pitt State softball hires Josh Barnes as the new head coach. Barnes spent the previous 2 seasons at Crowder College in Neosho. Coach Barnes led the Rough Riders to an 89-37 record in his tenure with Crowder, which equaled to a pair of Region 16 tournament championships. Coach Barnes released his first statement as new head coach, saying, quote, "Growing up in Kansas, Pitt State has always been a place and community I admire. I am thankful for the opportunity given to me by Athletic Director Jim Johnson and President Dan Shipp, and to lead the softball team. I look forward to consulting the success established by Jenny and Brad Fuller, centered around great culture and hard work," end quote. The Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference held their football media day this morning in Wichita. Local teams like Independence and Coffeyville were placed in the coaches poll. Well, here's a look at the preseason coaches poll for the 2024 KJCC football season. Hutchinson Community College takes the top spot with 6 first-place votes. Garden City comes in right behind in second place with only 1 first-place vote. Then the local teams, Coffeyville and Independence Community College, are predicted to tied for 5th with 19 total points by each team. Extending their quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. The Miami QB gets the largest contract in franchise history. This deal includes $167 million guaranteed. And while it didn't take long, they've also agreed with their quarterback Jordan Love to a 4-year, $220 million contract extension. This deal makes him the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. He also gets a record-setting $75 million signing bonus, with $155 million of that guaranteed. Well, the Paris Olympics are officially underway, but ticket sales may be off to a slow start. Reports say that there are still 1 million unsold tickets for the Olympic events, including many seats for this year's unique opening ceremony. Fans can also expect a very different opening ceremony this year, with the athletes' march starting the event instead of ending it. The march will feature 90 boats, bringing in the athletes into the Seine River for the first ever outdoor ceremony. So interesting to see with the Olympics how things are going there,
Yeah.
and the games are officially underway. And how about the quarterbacks, man? All those guys are getting paid right now.
Yeah.
That means 8 quarterbacks are now paid higher than Patrick Mahomes. So
That's crazy.
it's unbelievable. I don't know what Chiefs fans think about that.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of talent in the NFL right now.
Yes, that's absolutely.
I mean, most of them I'd say deserve it, for sure.
I would agree.
All right, back with more after this. It's one of the most popular toys in the world, and it's helping children learn during the summer months. Fox Business correspondent Jeff Flock has more.
I come to you from the streets of New York, or at least the mini streets of New York. Yeah, this is what they call Mini Land here at Legoland, New York, and it features just incredible, I guess they're kind of sculptures, but they're all built with Lego bricks. And you can do this at home if you have enough Lego bricks, that is. The Chrysler Building there, maybe you see the Empire State Building there. These are tremendous builds. And what they've done for the first time now, Lego has done, is bring in the master builders and connect them with the kids coming to the park. It's an experience that they find tremendously educational. I've got one of the master builders here, Eric Spader. You are turning these kids on to a building in a way they've never thought before.
Yeah, that's correct. With our new experience here, the Master Model Builder experience, it's the first time in North American history for Legoland to have it in the park. So guests get to see us build these amazing models and how we do it all the time. And actually, we're actually hiring somebody.
I was going to say, you got a job opening, right?
That is correct, yeah, and you could absolutely go to Legoland.com and find out how to apply and come build with me.
If you're a Legoland fan and a Lego fan, yeah, maybe your dream can come true. It is amazing what you do here, but you're teaching kids who sometimes lose learning in the summer, we call it the summer slide, how to kind of engineer things, make things that fit together.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great way for kids to play, learn creativity, and also get some education out of it with STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and it teaches all of it. So yeah.
And you can almost build anything with Legos these days. That's I think that's Madison Square Garden, I believe. And also, I leave you with this: you can even build yourself. Take a look at this one. I don't know if you think it's much of a likeness or not. It kind of looks a little bit younger than I really am. I kind of like that. From Legoland, New York, this is Jeff Flock with the Fox Business Network.
Coming up, the Kardashians aren't going anywhere. We'll learn when you can expect more episodes of their reality TV show. Jordan Peele brings back a hidden camera horror comedy, and the Kardashians bring the cameras back into their homes. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has those stories and more in the Hollywood Nation.
Peele reboots, Peaky Blinders recruits, and the Kardashians get a renewal in the Hollywood Nation. Hulu will keep the cameras rolling on reality TV's Famous Family. The streamer renewed The Kardashians for 20 more episodes. The announcement was made the same day as the hit show's season 5 finale Thursday.
This will be the end of it.
Netflix's upcoming Peaky Blinders movie has expanded its cast. According to Deadline, Dune star Rebecca Ferguson will star alongside Cillian Murphy. The film adaptation of the hit series will see Murphy reprising his role as gangster Tommy Shelby, leader of the Birmingham Street Gang. No word on what role Ferguson will play.
Oh my goodness.
Jordan Peele will deliver pranks and scares for his next project. Peele and his Monkey Paw Productions are teaming up with Universal to reboot the comedy horror hidden camera show Scare Tactics for USA Network. This series, which aired on Sci-Fi from 2003 to 2013, follows unsuspecting individuals being put through twisted scenarios set up by their friends and family. The new show is set to air later this fall. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
That's our time for tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll leave you with a video of 2 elephants celebrating their 16th birthday at the Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium. From all of us here at KOAM, have a great night.